Hello YouTube. Hello, this is Chrysanthemum Vaughn, and this I'm gonna probably try to do a segment, but I know at least this one is called What's in Essence Now? Okay, today I bought this book. This is the October 2010 issue. I bought the book because I was getting the book for the picture of the three gorgeous men on the front. Wow. I started looking through the book, and if you can see the top here, it says special report, of girls sold for online for sex. I started reading that article, and man, it's a very, very compelling article. It's about two girls, one who was sitting on a stoop in Oakland, California, and once you're reading the article, it starts telling you how Oakland, California is like a place that's notorious for stealing young girls and putting them into prostitution. They're saying that the men that used to sell drugs are now transferring their goods from drugs to selling young girls. Even saying that they had a situation where somebody took a 12-year-old girl, snatched her, was in a van parked in a mall parking lot, put an ad on Craigslist after he took pictures of this young girl naked, and men will pull up to the van to have sex with the girl, and that's just sad. The article talks about how the reporter was following the Oakland PD for 2 years, and they finally convicted a guy named Vincent Turner, aka Legs, in Oakland. So now he's convicted, and he's getting 48 years to life in the state of California. So he'll probably never go back on the streets. Thank God for that. But the article goes, it talks about how how they groom girls. Like, if you're not paying attention to your girls, and these men talk to these girls on the internet and befriend them, try to meet with them, and then usually they can probably even get a girl who even comes from an affluent family. They had a story in there where a girl who was from an affluent family, her family was involved in her life. She got very good grades, A's, but she would sneak out at night to go and be with this guy. I'm trying to find the article. Damn, I should have. Anyway, she tried to, she would sneak out of her parents' house at night and go and sell her body for this idiot. Okay. There's a picture that's in the book, in the magazine, I mean, of a street corner in Oakland, California. This is probably taken from the police car. They talk about how one of the girls who helped convict this guy, she said that the guy walked over to her and told her, we can do this the easy way or the hard way. And she jumped up and ran away from him, and she was running towards a liquor store, where in California we have liquor stores. Anyway, she was running towards a liquor store, and she dropped a bottle of Snapple she was drinking, and he picked up the bottle of Snapple and hit her in the back, and she fell. She fell down inside of the liquor store, which I really fought this guy who runs this liquor store that she ran into. She fell down inside the liquor store and tried to run. She ran behind the counter and begged the man that owned the liquor store to call 911 because this other man was chasing her. he did not call 911. He just looked at her kind of crazy, and the guy walked into the liquor store, reached over the counter, and snatched the girl up. She was 15 years old. The guy takes her 50 miles away to Stockton, and then he puts her in a room, in a 2-bedroom apartment. He puts her in a room, and he starts rubbing on her legs, grabbing her, and then he just snatches her clothes down and just starts raping her. And she said she didn't know what to do. She didn't know what to say. And so he did this for like a couple of days, and then he just drove her back to the spot in Oakland and made her get out the car and told her she has to be a prostitute. But they're not calling the girls a prostitute because they said that they don't have a choice in the matter, and that they're being child exploited. They're being exploited by these men who are picking them up and making them prostitute themselves, because they're saying that some of the guys are picking up the girls and not being nice. They're picking them up, raping them, beating them, or having parties where all the guys come over, all the other pimps come over, and all of them take turns raping the girl. And then when she gets out, when they throw her out on the track, which that's what they call it, when they make you go out and prostitute yourself, when they throw her out on the track, she's so afraid of the guy that she does not even tell the police. And she can flag down the police, but she doesn't, because she's so afraid. But thank God this guy Vincent Turner, I wish I could find his picture. If I do, when I'm putting this video up and editing it, I will put his picture up. Anyway, Vincent Turner, aka Legs, is now serving 48 years in prison. So yay for Oakland PD, yay for the DA in Oakland. And they're saying that other states like Kentucky and Utah only give pimps that do the same exact thing, they only get a couple of months. Shame on you, Kentucky. Shame on you, Utah. These girls, they don't even have consent to have sex with grown men. So if a man does this, it is totally against the law, and they should cut off his fucking hands and pull out his goddamn eyes. That's what. But see, that's why I don't run the world, because shit would be all fucked up. Because things I wouldn't. No, let me just stop. Because yeah, people would be fucked up messing with me if I ran the world. That's why I'm not God, because a lot of people would be not here. Anyway, I just don't. Men that do that, I just don't understand. What are you getting out of it? They're saying that selling kids now, selling girls in these different states of the United States is more profitable than selling drugs, than selling crack, than selling weed. It's more profitable to snatch up a girl who doesn't even want to try to do this, who never even had sex before. A lot of them haven't. And to snatch her up and to make her go out and prostitute for you after you raped her, beat her, or not even on that note, flip side of the coin, you caressed her, try to tell her that you can do better than what her parents do. So this is just a thought. This was an article I read in Essence today, because I bought it today at Target. This is what the article looks like. I hope I can flip it around so that you can read it. And so I hope I can find the guy's picture. Oh, but the article also gives ways to protect your child too. One way, they say, is to watch the things that they're looking at on the internet. If they have friends you never saw before, inquire about them. If somebody's buying the girls' clothes, or revealing clothes, then what you should do is have a talk with the girl, your daughter, your niece, your young neighbor. If you see different behavior, more wild or more withdrawn, then you should have a talk with them and see what's going on in their life. And maybe you can prevent this from happening to a young girl that you know, because when you're in that type of life, I can just imagine that once you finally get your way out, it's probably really hard to enter back into society without always having reservation towards other people, not just men, just women too, other people in life. That person will probably have reservations as far as who can they trust in life. So it's very powerful, the thoughts of, just like you can just see what's happening when you read this article. And it's very sad that this happened. They won't give the girls' names. They're only calling them Jane Doe and Jane Doe 1 and Jane Doe 2 in the article. So that's what I read today from the Essence magazine. I hope you pick it up, and if you don't, just take heart to the things that I read and I'm telling you about. And that is it. I know this is a hard subject to take because it's really affecting me right now. But thank you, YouTube, for looking at my video. And hopefully you'll pick up this Essence magazine and read the articles. And that's it. Bye-bye.